Hey guys, in today's video we will continue to see our story called The Legend of Super Saiyan Yamoshi. The battle between Cabba versus Yamoshi will start a battle that will make Universe 6 tremble. Who will win? You will discover everything here in this incredible story because this is the return of the legend of the past, the return of the first Saiyan to become a god, the return of Yamoshi. But before we start watching this amazing story, don't forget to hit the like button and comment on the story. Well, if you've already done that, then grab your popcorn bucket and your soda, and let's go to this amazing story. So here we go! Now on planet Sadala. Currently on the planet Sadala, where the Saiyans of the 6th universe inhabited, it was possible to see Cabba with his Super Saiyan God form, looking at Yamoshi, who had his injuries being healed at high speed due to the regeneration abilities, and he was in his base form with none of the transformations active until that time. Yamoshi said, "Did you say that today would be the end of me? Will you be the one to defeat me and prove that the Saiyans in your universe are superior? And will you be the one to defeat the first Saiyan turned god?" Yamoshi spoke as he stood up and his wounds disappeared, and if you listen carefully, you could hear his bones returning to normal as he completely regenerated. Yamoshi said, "I must say you surprised me, boy. Transforming into a god, just by feeling and absorbing divine energy, is something that is almost impossible to achieve. And that must be why your power has increased so greatly. That would be worrying for you. Me? But the stronger my opponent, the better things get from me. So let me see if you have all the power it takes to fight me for real. Show me the power of the one who said he would defeat the Saiyan legend. Show me everything you said wasn't just a bluff," said Yamoshi as he finished getting up on his face. He had a very big and wide smile, showing how excited the Saiyan was with the battle. Cabba spoke, "Do you want me to show you my power? Don't worry, I'll do it. But you won't like it too much because I'll end up killing you. Dying in combat is something all of us Saiyans want. This is honorable, something you don't deserve. But you will have it today. That will be the end of you," said the Saiyan, soon making his divine aura slightly more intense. But it was enough to create a small crater around the place where he was. Yamoshi said, "Great. We've been talking for a while now, so it's time for our fist to speak for us," said the Saiyan, soon raising his power and transforming into Super Saiyan 1. Even raising his power, Cabba didn't feel fear or chills like he had the first time. Yamoshi, after transforming and realizing that Cabba hasn't been afraid of the power increase or his transformation into Super Saiyan 1, as had happened before, this only made Yamoshi even happier, as fearful opponents made him bored, but brave opponents and without fear were perfect opponents for him. Yamoshi had a feeling of happiness knowing that Cabba possessed great power and was not afraid. He advanced towards Cabba, who didn't even move at the sight of Yamoshi's movements. Soon after Yamoshi appeared in front of Cabba, he tried to punch the Saiyan, and Yamoshi ended up hitting Cabba in the face. But the detail was that his fist went through Cabba's face, because in the same second, Cabba disappeared, and when Yamoshi turned, he saw Cabba, thus staring from a few feet away. Yamoshi thought, "What incredible speed. At the same moment I tried to punch him, he moved so fast that it created an illusionary image, and that's what I hit. In reality, Cabba wasn't in that place anymore." The Saiyan thought, impressed by Cabba's speed, because of creating a delayed image that showed how fast Cabba was, as fast as light or higher. Cabba, who just looked at Yamoshi until that moment, Cabba decided to make his move. Then the Saiyan puts himself in a posture similar to that of a boxer and punches the air. Yamoshi, seeing this, found it strange until he felt something approaching him, making him jump to the side. But it was too late. Yamoshi ended up feeling something hitting his arm and breaking it completely at the same moment. Cabba said, "Looks like one of the skills I asked Mr. Hit to teach me was worth it. Even though I don't really like using his assassin skills, they were very useful to kill you, Yamoshi," said the Saiyan with an empty expression, but still conveying anger, hatred, repulsion, disgust of Yamoshi, who got angry with that. Yamoshi said, "You caught me off guard this time, brat. Don't think too much, because this time it was pure luck, and you won't be that lucky again," said Yamoshi as he held his injured arm, which in a matter of seconds completely regenerated, causing his arm bones to return to normal and his muscles to rebuild. Cabba said, "Lucky? Let's see if that's true. Because the only truth is that you're too slow for someone who considers himself a god. spoke Cabba, snubbing Yamoshi's slowness. Because of Cabba's words, Yamoshi charged at Cabba, who once again stood still, and Yamoshi started attacking Cabba with several punches and kicks, in addition to firing some ki blasts. But none of this was effective against Cabba, who didn't take any damage, as Yamoshi hadn't even landed a hit on Cabba. Yamoshi, seeing that he wasn't fast enough to reach Cabba, Yamoshi backed away a little and raised his power, transforming into a Super Saiyan 2, and advanced once again towards Cabba. But even with that strength, Yamoshi was not able to hit Cabba, until Yamoshi, in an increase of anger, managed to punch Cabba very hard. But after Cabba received the attack, he just turned his face to the same place where Yamoshi's fist was seen. Yamoshi tries to get away from Cabba, but the same punches Yamoshi in the stomach, creating a hole in his stomach with such force that Cabba punches it, and then Yamoshi falls into the ground in a matter of seconds. Cabba said, "Sorry, I think I used too much force in that attack. I wanted to just throw you away with my punch, but I ended up creating a hole in your stomach." "So, 1,000 pardons, great Yamoshi, the god of Saiyans." Cabba spoke clearly with a mocking tone in his voice, something that annoyed Yamoshi a lot, who was on the floor with a hole in his stomach, which started to regenerate and close the hole in his stomach. Yamoshi said, "Does an insect like you really think he can despise me?" talking with that mocking tone in his voice. "I'm Yamoshi, the first Saiyan to become a god, and I'm the strongest Saiyan between Universe 6 and Universe 7, and I won't be killed by a brat like you," said Yamoshi as he raised his energy, turning his body into gold, turning into a burning aura. Meanwhile, his stomach regenerated faster. Yamoshi said, "You little shit, do you really think someone like you can defeat me? I will show you why I am the true and only god of Saiyans," said the Saiyan, releasing his power, causing a large amount of divine energy to be released, and his stomach with all this energy release ended up regenerating completely. At that moment, Yamoshi had turned into a Super Saiyan god, making his hair turn red, and his eyes red in a darker tone, and in front of him was Cabba with a similar appearance. But Cabba had an aura of lighter flames, and his hair and eyes were brighter than Yamoshi's, which were a blue hue. Yamoshi said, "Let's see if now, with me, fighting more seriously, you will continue with your fucking arrogance," said Yamoshi, making his eyes sparkle, and soon both Saiyans released a large amount of energy that ended up destroying everything around them, something that made Cabba worry about the Saiyans of his planet Sadala. Cabba thought, "If he and I fight on this planet, it will be destroyed only by the energy of both of us, and that will end up killing all the inhabitants. So I have to take him as far away from this planet as possible. And with that I can fight without worrying. With the planet Sadala or with its inhabitants," thought the Saiyan as he saw the result of the clash of Yamoshi and Cabba's energies. Yamoshi without further ado enters the combat stance, but something left him very confused when Cabba started to fly away from that place, and going out of the planet, watching that Yamoshi was confused and at the same time angry, and by that impulse he took it and flew towards Cabba. And soon all the Saiyans of the planet Sadala saw only 2 light red sunbeams and another dark one coming out of the planet. And it didn't take long for Cabba to arrive in the middle of space to find a planet far away from the planet Sadala, and that didn't have any living being living there. And on that planet, Cabba landed and looked forward to where Yamoshi was, who ended up landing on this planet too. And they both started to face each other, and soon the battle was started between the Super Saiyan God of Universe 6 and the Super Saiyan God of Universe 7. And with that, guys, we come to the end of another video today. So for those who like the content of this channel, leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to leave your comment, which is very important for the channel. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye!